Alrighty, so UFC 312 has concluded. Therefore, next weekend we have a fight night. And, I'm here to do my breakdown, my predictions, and my obligation to the sport as an MMA fan, and give my overall thoughts and opinions and all that jazz for the fight card coming up for Jared Cannonier versus Gregory Rodriguez. Now, if you don't know who I am or why I'm doing this purely based off passion. I don't put money on these fights normally, and I'm not your financial advisor, as a great Hanato, the lightweight goat Moicano says he does win that rematch. Anyways, yeah, I'm just doing this based off passion. I'm not here to win you money. I'm here because I love the fucking sport, alright? And I'm a fan of most of these fighters. Maybe not on this card, but in general. So, yeah, I'm doing this as a fight fan. If you don't know who I am, I do any videos about passionate things that I am passionate for. And one of those things is UFC. So, without further ado, let's get into the breakdown of the card. Let me just see if I can get some light on you real quick. Oh my god, there we go. Woo! Yeah, welcome to the basement, baby. Alright, let's break this shit down. So we got... Julia Avila versus Joaquin Cavalcante. So, I'm just gonna, some people have the pick doctor, the great we want pick. Some people have their deducted reasoning and logical conclusions, like the MMA guru. I like to rely on something more proficient than their methods, and that is the coin toss. Alright? Heads is the woman on the left, and tails is the woman on the right. Let's see what we get. We got... What is that? That's tails, baby. Let's go. Let's go. So who are we going with? Cavalcante. So, Cavalcante, she has less losses. You know what I mean? She's got, the age advantage. That's there. And, she's got the height and reach advantage. I'm seeing all positives here, guys. There's no reason why I would pick against Jacqueline Cavalcante. She's going to win this fight. A nice, easy, solid 29-28 as women do. Yeah, if you don't know, I don't take women fights seriously. Anyways, moving on. We have Walter Walker versus Dontel Mays, an actual fight. Now, Walter Walker is a little disappointing here. I'm going to be honest with you. Young, Johnny Walker's brother. Kind of a good guy. His submission on Junior Taffa. Aged like milk. Taffa brothers suck ass. Cut them both. They're dog shit. He did lose to Bretsky, and if I remember correctly, Bretsky, it was... Oh, he anti-grab. Oh, for some reason, I was thinking Bretsky was, like, laying on him. Fuck, eh? He actually was just outlanding Walker? Fuck. Jesus Christ. I swear there was moments where Bretsky was on top. Maybe I'm misremembering the fight. Regardless, Walter Walker... being younger is good, but because he's Johnny Walker's brother, he doesn't have a good chin. It's heavyweight. That's not really a debuff. We can go ahead back to the fight here. Let me make sure I write this all down. Let me bust out my notepad here. Let me just get my fucking notepad here, guys, so I can remember my fucking picks. We're going Cal, Visconti, and... yeah, I'm picking Walter Walker here. Yeah, Walter Walker. Dontel Mays sucks. Like, Walter Walker had a shit performance. Dontel Mays, 9 times out of 10 has a shit performance. 11-7 is obviously a bad record. But there's, here's the thing, right? Shamil Gaziev whooped his ass, right, guys? No. But, there's a fight that I was remembering in 2023, I believe, right? Yeah. Against Andrei Arlovsky, where I was genuinely thinking about picking Arlovsky because of how dog shit Dontel Mays is, and I was mainly thinking this because I was newer at the time and I was listening to a lot of the YouTubers around me, aka their influence was persuading me here, guys. But yeah, there's a lot of people picking Andrei Arlovsky in that fight because of how dog shit Donto Mays has been, you know? And he even proved it by losing his other fights that aren't against a 45-year-old man. I think he was 42, maybe 41 at the time, but still, alright, guys? Not good looks. Lost to Shamil Gaziev. Why do we have him around? And he beat Caio Machado. Caio Machado, I think, was actually, like, prompted. At least he's going to be decent. But he ended up not being that good. And yeah, Walter Walker should have every advantage here. He's a big dude. He should have the power advantage. Donto Mays does suck. Like, really suck. You know, striking sloppy. Doesn't have any clean... He does have clean boxing sometimes. But it's kind of like... not great boxing, but it is heavyweight. That's another thing I gotta consider, man. These are fucking heavyweights we're talking about. Fuck. Anyways. Am I on the right thing? Yeah, I am. Right? Yeah, Donto Mays. Yeah. I'm not picking Donto Mays. He's an inconsistent fighter. Looks very chinny. Walter Walker... he's got everything behind him other than that shitty loss that he had to Bretsky where he kind of just gassed out. If I'm remembering correctly, it's all coming back to me now. I think he gassed out in the later rounds, was getting beat on. But regardless, yeah, Walter Walker should probably light Donto Mays up. I could actually see like a finish here. I think maybe round 1, round 2 finish, even though Walter Walker's coming off a submission win. It was like an awkward submission win where it's just like the fat fuck didn't know what to do. Obviously, I mean, the Taffa brother didn't know what to do. So he just screamed in pain, and then the doctor stopped the fight. A little bit of a short stoppage, but I get why they stopped the fight. It's at the end of the round, so they shouldn't have, but I get it. So Walter Walker won that fight. I think he's going to win this fight. Donto Mays sucks. Moving on, we have Vince Morales versus Elijah Smith. Now, is Elijah Smith the guy I'm thinking of? No, he's not the guy I was thinking of. Unless he is the guy I'm thinking of. No, he's not the guy I'm thinking of. Who the fuck is this guy? This is a debut? Yeah, Dana White's Contenders. Okay, so, if you don't know, I don't really do my fucking research on these debut bums, alright? Vince Morales, though, I think I've seen this name. Yeah, I've definitely seen the name. Yeah, Taylor, I think, just laid on him, right? It was just like, he didn't even secure the takedown. He just got top position, fucking whooped his ass, eh? Damn. Anyways, Taylor Lapalus isn't that bad. Miles Johns is pretty... I rate Miles Johns pretty high, but he's not that great anymore. He's still not that bad. Jonathan Martinez beat his ass. Fuck, eh? How old is he? 34? He's on his way out, you know. We'll go with the younger prospect. This Elijah guy, Elijah Smith. Now, normally I don't go with the prospects with padded records or anything that don't really have any decent names on them. However... he's young as fuck. So even if he's not doing well, he can, like, kind of adapt to the fight, I think. Unlike Francisco Prado, who just seems like he just wants to lose every fight because he's always out physicality'd by his opponent. Don't know why the fuck you're at welterweight. You're the school bully. You're the new Drew Dober. Get back to lightweight and become the new Drew Dober. Alright? We don't need you at welterweight. Don't try to be something you're not. Alright, kid? Anyways. Elijah Smith. Same age as me. That's actually crazy to think about. Yeah, you'll see me in the UFC one day. He's also taller with the reach advantage. So I kind of like that against a guy who's a little inconsistent in Vince Morales. Yeah, I'm going with Elijah Smith here. If this prospect doesn't get it done, UFC's fucked. No, I'm joking. But it would be pretty fucking disappointing, I will be honest. Because we do need some, especially a bantamweight, we need someone to really kick up the bantamweight division, you know? Peyton Talbot was beating a lot of the bums there. You know, sorry, Cameron Simon. It is what it is. But yeah, we need some sort of hype train. I think Elijah Smith, if he can beat this, you know, we'll see what happens. Moving on, we have Rafael Estevam versus Jesus Aguilar. Now, is this a debut as well? No, he fought he beat Charles Johnson. Okay, at flyweight. Okay. Obviously, because Charles Johnson's flyweight. What am I, a dumbass? Not Topology. There's no sure dogs to this guy, eh? Okay. So what are we looking at here? A close fight? It must have been control. I guess pace and control time, maybe? I don't really remember this fight. When was this fight? This was 2023, eh? The end of 2023. Huh, I just don't remember this. I'm blanking on this. Regardless, 12-0. I think he... See, what I like about fighters with Theo, right? Even though I normally don't pick them against veterans, like Jesus Aguilar, which is not really a veteran. He has, like, 2 fights. Yeah, he has 2 fights. You know, not terrible performances, but he is just always losing around, you know, and I don't like to see that, right? I think the one thing I like about fighters with a 0, at least if I was a fighter with a 0, I would try my best to keep that fucking 0. I would dig deep, I would take chances if I'm down rounds. Jesus Aguilar is a hard worker. I respect him as a hard worker. He grinds his opponents typically with takedowns, even like sloppy, kind of just athletic takedowns at like some point. Because at some points it's just like he's not even really thinking about getting, almost like a Marab sort of. He's just powering through, trying to get this sloppy takedown. If he doesn't get it, it is what it is. Only in Jesus Aguilar's case, if he doesn't get it, he's probably losing the round. I think Esteban, with his height and reach... Oh my god! His reach advantage is kind of crazy. Holy fuck, he's almost got an entire ruler over Jesus Aguilar in terms of reach. Jesus Christ. And this is flyweight? This kid's at flyweight? God damn. Anyways, yeah, I'm going with Esteban. I think Jesus Aguilar, he's not bad, but he's just not good enough, if you know what I mean. Like, he's definitely unranked UFC. He might get kicked out of flyweight because flyweight is kind of where the talent is, you know? People look at fucking Justin Taffa versus fucking Teixeira and say that's entertaining. Not Manel Cap, though. Apparently flyweight to dead division. Hey, guys? Hey, you flyweight haters out there? Yeah, I know you're around. Yeah, I know Guru puts that seed into your mind, you motherfuckers. Anyways. Moving on to Angela Hill versus Caitlin Souza. Fucking Christ, Jesus Christ. Yeah. Anyways, we know what we're doing, boys. We know the message here. It's flip a coin time. So we got... Where'd that go? Not looking. Not looking. Not looking. Yeah. What is that, tails? Alright, so tails is the right side, I believe. Caitlin Souza, you know, Angela Hill, she's been around for a long time. She's a tough test for women, but she's too fucking old, you know. We can't have this 52-year-old, you know, still beating these prospects, you know. When you got a young prospect and 30 years old versus a 52-year-old, you know, slowly going to 53, it's just not working, you know. Souza, you know, she's got the same height, so they'll be staring into each other's eyes, and you know, she's gonna win that 29-28 because she's younger. Moving on, because I don't give a fuck about women fights. They're not serious. They are just fucking terrible to watch, and they're a good shit break, let's be honest. Moving on, we have Rodolfo Vieira versus Andre Petroski. You know, oh, Rodolfo, buddy, didn't you just fight last week? Didn't you just fight last weekend? Didn't I see you fight? Obviously, it's not Rodolfo Bellato. I'm just making that joke because, you know, I've been thinking about it ever since I saw this guy's name. Yeah, this guy isn't that great, though, to be fair. You know? Why does he look like Benil Dariush? He looks like an Armenian Benil Dariush or something. I don't know. He looks very European. You know, maybe he's European, you know? He's beating bums, to be fair. Right? But, he's not beating... You know what? I'm not gonna put too much thought into this. I don't give a fuck. Oh, I just missed Connor Matthews, by the way. My bad, I'll get to that breakdown. Fuck, I should be writing all this down. God damn it. Son of a bitch. Moving, you know, so we got Volter. We got, you know, a little bit of, Smith here. Definitely not Anthony. Fuck that dumb bag of milk looking piece of shit. Anyways, we have... Who did I pick? I picked Estevam, right? Estevam. Yeah, and then I picked Souza. Souza. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to spell it out because my brain is retarded. Anyways, Connor Matthews versus Jose Delgado. I'll get to the other one. I'll break down this one first just because it's in order. And if Google has it wrong, then I don't give a fuck. Connor Matthews versus Jose. This guy, is this a debut? Yeah, this is definitely a debut. Let's just see real quick. What was his winning fight. There we go. Yeah, fucking McDonald's Wi-Fi looking ass. Anyways, Dana White's Contender Series. Oof, yikes. Okay. Okay, he's getting finishes, you know. She's young. Yeah, I'm going with Connor Matthews. I don't really want to think this one too much, you know. Connor Matthews at least is good, you know. I've seen him fight. I believe if this is the guy I'm thinking of correctly. Never mind, he got fucking knocked out. God damn it. Fuck. Now I can't go with Connor Matthews, eh? Is that what you're telling me here? You're making me pick the fucking, what's his name? The fucking debut, eh? I'm gonna go with Jose. You know, Connor Matthews is good, but like, this prospect has a reach advantage, and he's coming off a KO finish. Connor Matthews got knocked out in his last fight. He's getting older. Don't really see him making a run at featherweight. Yeah, I'm going with Jose here, unfortunately. Although maybe I should go Connor, because Connor is at least like tested in the UFC, right? At least he's like Budka sucks. Like, oh, this is the problem, man. This is the problem with MMA as an MMA fan. It's like I want to pick him, but he just loses to a shit opponent. Like, what am I supposed to do, guys? Anyways, what was his name? Was it Daniel Budka or whatever? Denis Bazooka. That was his name. Fucking Bazooka. I was thinking of the wrong name. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Regardless, I'm going with Jose. I think Bazooka had like a I think it was on. It might be a former PED user or something like that. Something was off about Bazooka, but I don't think he's that good. I think this debut guy, young buck, got the reach advantage and a height advantage. Going with the debut. You know, maybe I should start turning a new leaf here, guys. You know, start thinking that maybe divisions can be fixed with the up-and-comers. Moving on, we have Adolfo Vieira versus Andre Petroski. Petroski sucks. There's no real way to say it kindly. I'm going with Vieira. Rodolfo. I'm tired of hearing narratives of Petroski being good. There's no fight that I've seen from him where he's looked good, even though he's a younger fighter here. Dylan Budko was the name I was thinking of, which is not the guy. That's not Bazooka. I'm just, you know, my brain had a little bit of fog there. Josh Friend sucks ass. Jacob Malkoon got a hip KO finish. Don't know how the fuck that happens, but it happened. He beat Gerald Meerschaert, which is actually a good win, but that was a while ago. I don't think this fucking guy has it anymore. I think this guy is just here for a paycheck. He will beat the bums. I think Rodolfo Vieira can at least have a brain cell to land a punch on Petroski, and I think that'll be the difference here. You know, Petroski doesn't really shoot well. He doesn't really strike well. Nothing he does is good. Yeah, I'm not ever picking Andre Petroski for any fucking fight. I don't care. Moving on, Ishmael Bonfim versus Nazim Sadikov. I did get Rodolfo there. Nazim Sadikov here. Draw against Borshev. That I don't remember. Submission on Terrence McKinney. Actually looks good, to be fair. Kind of should have been able to finish Terrence McKinney in the first round, but I get it. Was he beating Terrence McKinney? Yeah, it was kind of close-ish. Nazim Sadikov, Evan Elder. The Evan Elder KO win is very good. I think it's aged very well. Evan Elder's a hard guy to put down. I'm going to go with... Because the obvious question here is the Bonfim brothers actually dog shit? Ismail Bonfim, I think, is coming off a win, right? Yeah, he did beat Vince from Hell, Old Man, Pick Hell. How old is this man? 42 fucking years old. Jesus Christ, they really gave him a layup. I remember that. Anyways, yeah, he was just beating an old man. Couldn't even finish him. Ooh. Sadikov, I think, would at least finish an old man like that. You know, Vince McKell definitely didn't even look that. I mean, he looked tough for a 42-year-old, but he's no Jim Miller. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go with Sadikov. Maybe it's not popular. I don't look at the odds for these fights. I imagine this is probably a close fight. I think Sadikov is gonna win, just because Terrence McKinney, well, his stand-up isn't that great, and he did just put away a 55-year-old man. I do think Sadikov at least showed the ability to, like, fight a really good prospect recently. And I think, is Ismail the one who had the flying knee KO on Homeboy? Is that who I'm thinking it was? Or is that the other Bonfim? I'm pretty sure it was Ismail, right? It's the other Bonfim? Gabriel? Is it Gabriel Bonfim? I think that's it. There we fucking go. What the fuck is this? Oh no, I think he got highlighted by fucking Benoit Saint Denis. That's what happened. Thinking of a flying knee, but the other way, I'm pretty sure, right? No, I don't want to see that. No, where's just like his fucking page, man? I don't want to see the fucking Tapology shit. Anyways, don't really care. Yeah, Ismail Bonfim. I'm going against him. You gotta be able to finish Vince from Hell Piquel, alright? You gotta be able to. You know, even Terrence McKinney could do that against an old man, right? If Ismail's not finishing this guy, I have no reason to believe he'd be able to finish Nazim Sadikov at a pretty prime age of 30. He does have the reach disadvantage, Sadikov here, but Nazim's actually good. I think he actually has talent, where I think Ismail had talent, and it's just like from aura, and now the aura's gone, and the talent's like not enough anymore, you know? So, yeah, I'm going with Nazim Sadikov. Let me just put that down. Nazim Sadikov. Yeah. Wow, is this a short card? Nah, it's fairly average, I think. Moving on, as all women should say. Anyways, Edmund Shabazian versus Dylan Budka. Edmund Shabazian's gonna win this one. Dylan Budka is just not that great. Edmund Shabazian's just better. Losing to Petrosky is just, like, bad, man. I really don't like that. Oh, this was the guy who was talking about his wrestling credentials. Oh, I remember. He was like, oh yeah, I'm a wrestler. I'm gonna get in there with Cesar Almeida and out-wrestle him and all this other shit. Couldn't do shit against Cesar Almeida. I'm pretty sure I even bet money on Cesar Almeida in that fight. You know, I'll raise my hand when it comes time. You know what I mean? I don't gamble on fights most of the time anyways, but yeah, I think I put money on that fight. I think I did pick Cesar Almeida by finish. Yeah, Dylan Budka got fucked. He gasses out really fast in his fights for some reason. You know, and that's not really a good thing to see. Shabazian's good. Shabazian's really good. You know, I like Edmund Shabazian. You know, feller ginger. I meant to say fellow, didn't mean feller, but you know what I mean. He has a decent career, actually, in the UFC. Wow, I can't believe he's been here since 2018. And he's this young. Really? Holy shit. He started at 20? Oh, this guy's insane. Holy fuck. The Golden Boy, I do think is actually good. You know, Gerald Mearshart, he lost to. I'm remembering that now. Yikes. Fuck. But listen, guys. You look good against AJ Dobson, you know. No, I do think Edmund Shabazian does have a ground weakness, but Dylan Budka showed that he's kind of dog shit. You know, losing to Hernandez isn't that bad, you know. I feel like Edmund Shabazian is always really good, but his problem is that he's never able to, like, do good, because he's always against, like, he's a fire type, and every time he's fighting, like, he gets to win, and next time he fights, he's, like, fighting a rock type, and then he's fighting a ground type, and then he's fighting a fucking water type. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, he's fighting the things that he's weak to at the time. You know, he's still young, and he's still, like, learning. I do think he's good It's just when his striking gets good, he gets out grappled. And then when his grappling was looking okay at times, he just loses the striking exchanges, you know? He always seems to lose some sort of exchange, whether it be on the ground or on the feet. I think this is kind of set up for him to win. I think Edmen Shahbazyan probably whoops Dylan Budka's ass. There'll probably be some sort of dumb narrative that Dylan Budka's been training with the best guys to try to really, you know, make a run at middleweight here. But middleweights are dog shit, you know? And I do think Edmen Shahbazyan is like, he might not be the best, but he's like the least smelliest of the pile, if you know what I mean. You know? There's many dog shits in the division, but like, Edmen Shahbazyan, you know, he at least doesn't smell like the rest of them. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm going with Edmen Shahbazyan. Let me just write that. Why did I write that? Yeah. Edmen Shahbazyan. I just don't see anything good about Dylan Budka. Edamame, Shahbazyan here. So, moving on, we have Calvin Kattar versus Yusuf Zalal. Close boys with Jacob from We Want Picks. Shout out to the Freckled Salamander. Probably one of the reasons why I'm even in the fight fucking YouTube business anyways. We Want Picks was actually the first MMA YouTubers that I saw on the business, you know. Degenerate gamblers look for degenerate things, you know, and when there's no more ice skating and I was fiending for some betting, I turned to MMA, and now I'm here 3 years into it watching every single fucking event top to bottom. Crazy world we live in, guys. Crazy world. Anyways, holy shit. This video's getting a little long, eh? Yeah, Calvin Kattar versus Yusuf Zalal. This is obviously, they're trying to promote Yusuf Zalal, the guy who got kicked out of the UFC for losing to Ilia Topuria. To be fair, he was on a loss streak. It wasn't like that was his only loss. But he has been looking great. He did he knock out Billy Quarantillo? Was that what it was? Oh, he submitted Jack Shore. Holy shit, that's a good win. Jarno Aarons. I'm thinking of the bit. Wow, this guy's active as fuck, eh? August, November. Oh my god, this guy's active as fuck. This guy's on a tear, to be honest with you. Young, not even in prime yet. Probably close to it, though. Learned his lesson. He's doing really well by promoting, getting spotlights on the Jackson podcast. We like this guy. Yusuf Zalal, he's a G. He will stand and bang, and he's good on the ground. He submitted Billy Quarantillo. Yeah, his ground game's kind of, like, sneaky good. Huh. You know, normally when I think of Yusuf Zalal, I think of a striker. You know, and he's even out-striking these guys in the submission wins that he's getting. Wow, that's kind of beats everyone everywhere. I do think... the reason why I'm picking Yusuf Zalal isn't because I think he's just flat out better than Calvin Kattar. I think Calvin Kattar is actually pretty good, but the problem with Calvin Kattar is I think Calvin Kattar does really bad against guys who are really good at something. If you're really good at grappling, like Aljo, you're going to beat him. If you're really good at striking, like Max Holloway, you're going to beat him, you know, or Arnold Allen, great example. You know, I do think those guys kind of beat Calvin Kattar, and I do think Calvin Kattar's like a representation of the older guard, especially now he's 36. You know, and I've only been watching the sport for a short amount of time, but I will say, I do think Calvin Kattar is kind of just aged like milk. Like, a lot of his performances aren't that good in hindsight. And his rise wasn't even that great of a rise, I'll say. You know, just real quick, taking a look at it. Look at it. Holy fuck, I can't talk. But yeah. You did go on a bit of a tear, but yeah, you went to... Yeah. I mean, he lost to Zabit, you know, and the great Hanato Serrano, whoever the fuck that was, back in 2018. Yeah, he's just one of these fighters that it's time to get him out. You know what I mean? Like, we're paying him too much. He's been around at the top of the division for a little too long. You know, we're looking at 4 or 5 years of just fighting ranked opponents. It's time to get him out. You know, while the Josh Emmett was very close and he arguably won that fight, Arnold Allen did beat him. I think that was an injury at the time. Yeah, knee injury. I think his MCL or ACL, whatever the fuck it was, tore out. And Aljamain Sterling kind of just laid on him, but he had to take a long time off because of that injury. I just think it's time to retire the gloves for Calvin Kattar, you know? And even if Yusuf Zalal is losing the striking exchanges, which is a good chance he might actually lose the striking exchanges, you know, I do think Calvin Kattar will have success in moments. Like, there'll be times where it's like the crowd goes, ooh, and ah, after every single clean strike lands. But I think Yusuf Zalal, even if he is struggling with the striking, if it comes down to it, he will just grapple. And we've seen Calvin Kattar just get out-wrestled and out-grappled by a lot of his opponents. So, also knee injury, not good for the health of your career. You know, so he might be the bigger dude, might have a similar reach, but I do think Yusuf Zalal gets it done. Yeah, I'm excited to see Yusuf Zalal near the top of the division. You know, there's a decent... Once he beats Calvin Kattar, he's probably like one fight off, making a decent case for the title. For a rematch with Ilia Topuria. Moving on, we have Jared Cannonier versus Gregory, the RoboCop Rodriguez. Now, both these guys are a little older. Or sorry, I always think Gregory Rodriguez is like 38. But he's only 32. He's actually reaching like kind of a prime here. You know, and there was moments where he got really chinny. I know he got knocked out by Bruno Ferreira, if I remember correctly. Yes, I do remember correctly. But ever since then, he's been kind of on a fucking tear. You know, he's KO'd Dennis Tuludlin. It is what it is, you know. Brad Tavares was a little bit more impressive. However, it was kind of a weird situation. A little bit of Kevin Jusay, Brian Battle-esque, where it's like his opponent was still standing and still kind of with it, but like they just stopped the fight because it was such a beatdown. You know, shout out to Brian Battle. He will be welterweight champion one day. Anyways. Yeah, Christian Leroy Duncan is really like where the good win kind of starts for Gregory Rodriguez. You know, Chitty Ninja. We're not even going to go down that road. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. Chitty Bang Bang. You know, he's a good fighter. Decent win, but it's not like a crazy win. You know, he beat Armin Petrosian because Armin Petrosian fucking sucks. Cock. Yeah, I'm just going with Gregory Rodriguez. I respect Jared Cannonier, and this is almost like a perfect, like, 2024 me would definitely pick Jared Cannonier here. But I think it is time for a lot of the old guard to get flushed out, you know? And I think at middleweight, there's a lot of shitty old guards, you know? And I do think Gregory Rodriguez is never going to be champ, but I think he's a good case for, like, a top 15. Like, he's a good, like, Jeff Neal for the division. You know what I mean? Like a heavy hitter. He'll test a lot of the strikers, and if he loses, he probably loses in spectacular fashion. You know, via getting his ass knocked out. Jared ignore that. That was not a voice crack. Anyways, Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, Jared Cannonier, great striker. Decent grappler, to be fair. Not like a crazy wrestler or anything like that, and not known for it. But I do think his grappling's like, he could whip it out if he needs to. Gregory Rodriguez, black belt in jiu-jitsu, it's kind of like the best answer to a decent wrestler. You know, because the guy with the black belts should be, if we're talking about credentials here, should be more experience on the ground than someone with, you know, like average wrestling, unless Jared Cannonier has like a fucking Olympic medal somewhere up his ass that I just don't remember like anyone ever saying. But yeah, Jared Cannonier, he's good. I think he'll have success on the feet, but ultimately I think it'll just be one shot that really puts down Jared Cannonier. He was wobblestone, cobblestone knees against Amavov, and that I think is aged actually pretty decently, considering that Amavov put away Adesanya in 2. And Jared Cannonier made it all the way to the 5th, I believe, with Amavov. So I think that's aging well. And I do think it's still going to be kind of hard to put down Jared Cannonier. But this might be a Neil Magny, Carlos Prates situation where it's like, man, Jared Cannonier is having a lot of success here, you know. And we don't really know what a 5-round event is going to do for Gregory Rodriguez. And then all of a sudden, it's just a flatline KO from a clean right hand or something down the pipe, right? I do think that's probably what's going to happen here. I do respect Jared Cannonier for taking this fight because he's obviously trying to prove that he can go in there with a dangerous striker. That's like the obvious implication with this matchup. But it is time, like, Jared Cannonier, I'm sorry. You're part of the old guard. Old guard must go. New guard's here. New generation has started. DDP's reign will be until Strickland gets the trilogy, guys. Yep. That's what's gonna happen. Anyways, yeah, I'm going with G-Rod by KO. I do think, honestly, I'm going to go with an early KO. I'm going to go with like a round 1, round 2, near the end of the round KO. I think Gregory Rodriguez is going to respect the striking of Cannonier, but it's going to be like 1 or 2 shots of like clean right hands. Because if we're talking about clean right hands here, I know we got Shamil Gaziev, but like Gregory Rodriguez might be the king of just a clean fucking, not even a 1-2, just a 2 down the pipe. Just a disgusting 2 down the pipe, you know? He's close to prime, you know, so yeah, I think G-Rod's just gonna get it done, you know. So that's my picks and predictions for the card. If you want to stick around, be part of the community, be a part of the empire that I'm slowly building over the time as the part-timer YouTuber that I am, feel free to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you made it all the way to the end of this video, I want to thank you for watching, and as always, I hope you have a good day.